gentlemen, to Billy Goat Brands channel, investing in the next generation of food. And joining us, we have the privilege of the Chief Executive Officer, Tony Harris. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me today.
Always a pleasure, brother. So today, what we're going to do is framework these videos by breaking down the company in parts. And this one specifically, I want to roll into the broad view here because Billy Goat provides a diverse portfolio of expansion stage foods and nutraceutical brands. For newer investors, can you kind of just give us the brief elevator pitch into these brands and exactly what's going on under the hood at Billy Goat?
Yeah, you bet. So Billy Goat identifies, invests in, and incubates expansion stage companies with ESG values in the ocean economy. So we look at plant-based food. We look at companies that are in the packaging space, disrupting traditional plastics. We consider a broad range of companies that ultimately have a positive impact on the earth while also having a positive impact on the bottom line.
And where are you guys primarily focused out of right now?
Well, we're based in British Columbia, but our investments are North America wide, and we see a lot of deal flow, and we're constantly looking at interesting, opportunities on the cutting edge of the verticals that we focus in. And our cornerstone investment is a company called Sophie's Kitchen. You may have heard of it. It's a plant-based seafood company based in the United States, and they're just doing incredible things. They've revamped their entire product lineup over the last year. Their food scientists are doing some spectacular work, and with their partnership with the Galletti family, who's a major fish distributor in the United States, we believe that Sophie's is on pace to do some incredible things this year and going forward. So we're really bullish on what's happening at Sophie's Kitchen. Evan-S Packaging is a company based out of Vancouver that is disrupting the whole packaging industry. They make biodegradable straws and packaging for food service, and it's an enormous industry. So we're really enthusiastic about where that company's going as well.
That's great to hear. When we come back, I really want to pick those apart and we'll talk more in-depthly about them. But I want to kind of, again, expand at the broader viewpoint here of just your personal history, your experience. I mean, indulge us a little bit here. Take us back to some of your experience that led up to that aha moment that eventually became Billy Goat.
Yeah, so I come from a traditional business background, building teams, building companies, working with high performance operators, and we, have always been interested in investing in expansion stage companies from a private sector standpoint. We have a great team at Billy Goat, and what happened is we came together early on in the pandemic, and we thought there's a better way to create a venture capital platform to help expansion stage companies with their capital requirements, but also their human capital requirements. And we thought that with our experience in banking, in finance, in running traditional and real high growth companies, together with capital markets expertise on our team, we felt we had the right mix of people to be able to really support these types of companies that are looking for a hand up. And we like to roll up our sleeves and get to work alongside of the founders and the operators that are building these companies. So we subscribe to the philosophy that we're not just there to provide some capital. We indeed roll up our sleeves and work alongside of our portfolio companies to help them, where they need it. And every different company has a different set of requirements and a different set of needs and opportunities to fill. So with our dynamic and diverse experience set on our team, we feel that we can, bring that value on an a la carte and bespoke basis to our investee companies.
Now, you keep saying team, and it sounds like you're really in support with the people around you. Can you briefly touch on some of your team, the board of directors, and some of these founders that are helping you pirate, or I guess front this ship, I should say?
Yeah. So I have a CEO, or myself, who's just, like I said, a traditional business person. I'm very involved in our community. I come from a family of core values of entrepreneurship and building wholesome, strong companies that stand the test of time. But then we have Carrie Biggs, our CFO, who has a track record of running finance in large companies. He worked with Enbridge, with Lululemon. Has a wonderful broad experience of handling large capital stacks and, dealing with publicly traded companies and, and taking companies public, and, broad array of experience that is valuable to companies that are growing. Our COO, Chris Dahl, he was in corporate finance for 20 years, had a career with TD Waterhouse that was legendary, and decided to go out on his own as an entrepreneur and become a lender. So, having people that understand, a diverse set of, the components that really drive business is crucial, because you have the experience to be able to actually, provide advice and creative thinking to solving the challenges and the opportunities that expansion stage companies have. Every company has, frankly. So a broad array of experience coming from different backgrounds to come together and work in this this space of venture capital is important. And then on top of all that, of course, we all have our own Rolodexes and contacts, and our advisory board is made up again of people both from the CPG space, the venture space, folks that have seen lots of different types of businesses and have lots of experience, which ultimately is half of business. We always say we invest in themes and teams at Billy Goat Brand. We want to have the companies that are in the right space at the right time. Obviously, every business relies on the people that are running it. And so it's super important for us to understand, first and foremost, that, once the company that we're looking at ticks the box, we need to make sure that they're founder led, and that the teams that are behind those companies are in it to win, and they're committed, and they're, fully invested themselves. And this is their core focus. So the teams that we have at Billy Goat Brands are, super critical to our success, but indeed it's the teams at our portfolio companies that we also like to, vet aggressively and make sure that their alignment, is in line with ours and our ESG values, and they're open to being coached and assisted, and that we can all work together. So we found that the collaborative work that's been going on both at our company over the last couple of years, and then also with our portfolio companies, it's inspiring. It's really fun. And as a business person, myself, I enjoy so much watching companies, sort of grow and flourish and achieve new heights, and that's what's most rewarding about this process for me.
That's great to hear. I really appreciate these insights, Tony. When we come back, I want to look more into those portfolio brands that you have there. But again, thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. On that note, I'm going to pass the question off to you folks. What do you think about Billy Goat Brands and everything that we're discussing here in that comment section below? I'd love to hear from you as well, and consider subscribing, because as news comes down the wire, we'll continue to update you here. But stay cool, stay awesome. And as always, I look forward to catching you in the next one.